It's a Deweyi Drive. It's a beautiful Tuesday from where I'm seated, and it's just a Tuesday afternoon here in Kampala. How are you doing? And I hope you're fine. Thank you so much for watching. If you got the notification, the like, please do watch, and if not, do subscribe so you can watch later. You know, you can download these videos and actually do watch them later. So Deweyi Drive is a live show, and yes, we do it live on YouTube on a daily. Happy to see you. My name is Jackie Deweyi, the doctor's daughter from Kampala, and the show is Unapologetically Ugandan. But of course, we always talk about Africa, East Africa, and all the best practices that we can get from our neighbors and beyond. Now, first of all, we're starting with thanking our sponsors and our partners, Mufapendo Stays. Mufapendo is an Airbnb, and they also do help set up Airbnbs. If you're struggling to set an Airbnb business, where or in a space you because so you know tewali alimu oba muli mukozako ekisenge kimu osobola kozanga Airbnb kwegamba Mufapendo osobola funa consultation ku 0772 987 442 a number yokwedi ku screen, and those Mufapendo Stay people will definitely guide you and help you set up the perfect Airbnb. And also help you, easily learn how to make use of your space. And of course, the interior decor. I mean, this is 2025. Every coin counts. And then the other sponsor, my producer, Clap Record Stewart. And him and his team are the experts of live streaming for live events, for weddings, for funerals, for good and sad moments. You sometimes want to keep these moments with you forever, and then who better to do it than the expert? You see what he does with the screen there? Call 0777 289 993. That is Clap Records Stewart. They do weddings, conferences, anything, production. Even if you're an artist, he does Stewart here and Clap Records, the team. They do produce audio music, so they got you covered. And not forgetting that if you are looking for the best building materials, quality, you don't have to go to China anymore. You don't have to go wherever it is. You can just go down to Nakasero Street, one of Kampala City Capital Shoppers Plaza, or when you know about building experts, Uganda. By now, chimucho wetaga finishing sink bichomanika bintu bichuse things are contemporary sink zetwakulirako ezo zi pedestal sinks zetuchaliko nedda mkwano if you have never been call 0392914256 and they will get you sorted. And of course, talking about building and interiors, both interior and exterior, you want to paint your house, add a fresh coat of paint, just give it a new face with a paint for you is the place. These guys will guide you on the kind of paint to use. Do you want paint? Do you want marble? Everything. They got you. Even auto, not just decorative paint. No, auto paint. So we're motoka. Kubako 0772 987 442 and number because screen. And these guys are the authentic, the real partners of Rigor Paints Uganda. On that boy, you get the road and onwards, so you don't have to suffer, go to the factories, wait for this. They got you covered. And of course, don't get duped when we have brought you the real experts. Now, guys, let's get straight to the fun part of the show. Now, my guest today is coming all the way from TZ. My Swahili is so poor, I can't even speak to save my life, but I will try. But what you need to know about him is music way. I want to buy him just to be popular, to undress and be and be seen and show off their nice bodies. But this guy, I was really excited when he accepted to be on this show because he's using his music for something so special, something so rare, for healing. His music, he's using his music to help people on their healing journeys. People, we're all battling. There's that quote that every man is fighting a battle, be kind. So whatever battle someone is fighting, he's using his music to help them on their healing journey. And of course, for storytelling as well. He comes all the way from Tanzania. Their president is a woman. They have already led and set a good example in East Africa. And he's also representing Tanzania with pride. His name is Naitwa Evodius. There he is.
Yeah, hey guys.
Drum rolls. Isn't that where the guitar comes in to welcome you? Welcome yourself there. Perfect. That's what's up. So, Evodius, you're welcome on the show.
Thank you very much. Thank you.
It's so good to have you in Uganda.
Yeah, it is.
Is this your first time in Kampala?
It's my second time actually.
Uh-huh.
Yeah, the first time I was here with the theater group called Magomamoto Theater Group. We were here for like a day or something. We just had a show, did the show, then left. So this is my second time here, and I'm here for like 3 weeks. This is my second week here, so yeah, it's nice being here.
You have a good time. Wow.
Yeah.
It's good to you. Have you found Kampala? Audio, have you learned any Uganda words?
Yeah. There's Kela Sebo, Kela Nyabo, there's Wasuzotia, there's that one where you're saying like, now you know, what did you say it? Ngolabie. Ngolabie, I've learned Ngolabie. That's the one that I use a lot. And the one, because when I was staying at another place, there's these kids that were coming to our house, and I had to ask my host, like, what words do I tell the kids that are very stubborn? And he's like, just tell them, wow, genda mangu.
That host was no joke.
Yeah, that's
wow, whoa. Did you know what he was telling you? Tell them.
Yeah, go away now. Yes, because those kids were very stubborn, but they were good kids though.
So this is Evodius from Tanzania. Yeah. So why the name Evodius? Tell me about it.
So Evodius is actually my government name, you can say, but also the name that I was given by my parents.
What is like,
it's a name that comes from the because I was raised Catholic, but I'm not Catholic anymore. But I was raised Catholic, so my mother decided to give me that name Evodius because I think he was one of the Pope or something like that in the Catholic community.
Evodius.
But also I think Pope, not Pope, I think Evodius means some kind of a leader, wayfinder, something like that. I forgot it, but I have my like my higher name, like my additional higher name, which means Mombeki. In Uganda, I think it can be like Mombech, which means the family builder. So that's my other
So you
name.
come from, you're a Muhaya from Tanzania.
From Tanzania.
So greet your higher people on the screen who are watching the show.
That's all I know. Taspota for the fathers, Maspota for the mothers, and yeah, Ulige, Ulio, Tuliampola Mpola, Wakora.
So Maspota is how we greet.
Maspota, you're greeting the mom. Like
Maspota?
Ta-spota. For the father, because father is Tata and mama is Mawe. So mama is Mawe.
Do you know all Bantu speakers say the same thing?
Yeah, it's close, and that's that spota and ma spota is the after the morning, but in the morning is Tatola Yolota and Mala Yolota. So Mala Yolota for the mom and Tatola Yolota for the dad. So yeah. That's the higher.
Amazing. So if you're just joining the show and wondering what's going on, they're speaking it as Taspota, Maspota. Yeah, today we're talking music, we're talking the power of music and storytelling. And you know, the guest here, Evodius from Tanzania, is using his music as a powerful tool for healing. And you know, he's addressing sensitive and important topics like experiences of people that have lived with autism, experiences of people that have experienced sexual assault, people that have experienced gender violence, and all the different challenges. And this is really amazing. Your work is truly impactful.
Yeah, that's what I'm trying to do. And
so, can you tell us what drove you to creating this kind of music? What was the initial spark? What led you to connect with music on the process of healing? Was there a specific experience in your life that made you to discover this is what I wanted to do?
Actually, it's a lot of them. I started doing this because of like my personal things that happened in my personal life. Initially, like when I started art in my family, it was like a tough thing to do, and a lot of people in my family didn't get it. And I think it's also because I was like the first person or the first people to do the arts, and nobody ever did it, so they didn't understand it. So that led to a lot of like no's, and like the no's that are very big and that were right in front of my faces. And like even one time my dad told me to go get the house, and my mom was like, no, come, it's okay. So basically, like when I was trying to do this art stuff, nobody got it. And the reason is because it's also my fault, because when I was doing it, I know like very few people knew about it, and I didn't say a lot about it, and they just came to find out like, yeah, he knows this art later, like when I started to do it. But it's personal stuff that made me, and also losing people in my life. I lost my mom, and then I'm still going through it actually. It's not an easy thing to lose your mom. She died like 3 years ago now, in May. So it's like a tough thing to go through, and like she died because of cancer, and it wasn't really easy losing her because, you know, nobody, I don't know, maybe there's somebody that expects it, but I wasn't expecting it. Although she had died for cancer and we had seen it. And through all the hardship that I've been going through my artworks, she was also one of the people that, even if she didn't understand me, she still like believed in what I was doing.
And that's her picture on the screen.
Yeah.
If you're just watching, that is his beautiful mother, and that's a beautiful picture. She just looks so alive.
Yeah.
You know.
Yeah. That was us some years back.
That was you as a child.
I was young. Yeah. Glasses and stuff.
You haven't changed much though.
Yeah. I guess so. The glasses went out. I stopped wearing glasses. Stopped? Yeah. I didn't like them. They are very expensive to fix. So I stopped. But
so that's your sister?
That's my sister there. She's actually my older sister. She looks younger than me, but she's my older sister. I'm the youngest in the family of 5. And 2 mothers. And with my mom, there are 3 kids. So I'm the youngest of the 3. And there's 2 other older kids. So yeah, that's basically it.
This is quite emotional. How do you manage creating music that is both intentionally what is the word I wanted to use? Music that is honest and also supportive to those that have experienced trauma or similar struggles?
So I don't think there's a balance that is there. You just kind of figure it out in the way. Because also with me doing this music that I'm doing, it's tough because I'm talking about stuff that is happening in my life, in most of my music. And some people, even this is like a recent thing that has happened in my family. They're okay, like, oh, he talked about how his time was hard, how we didn't have money, how we didn't have this. And then life happens, you talk about something that person is involved in it. And they're like, why are you doing this? Why are you saying this? Who do you think you are? So I think I'm only saying this because it's helping me. And I'm not, like the music I'm making is not for the sake of like saying that person is wrong, that person is not right, that person did this wrong. I'm also wrong in a lot of stuff. I'm only saying it because I believe if I talk about my stuff, it helps me heal from it.
Yeah.
And it also helps others heal from the stories. So that's pretty much it.
Wow.
Yeah.
It's quite interesting. So if you're just joining us, Evodius comes from Tanzania. His music is storytelling. He's a visual artist. He's a performer. He's a musician. And he was just sharing with us the process, you know, what it's like to just create this music. And, you know, as I just wanted to... You said your family in the beginning didn't appreciate you doing music. How is it like now?
Now it's different because I'm kind of like, I don't know.
A good son.
Yeah, the favorite one because of the stuff that I've done. I've also traveled places, and I've gone to US for the music and arts and all this arts that I'm doing, but mostly music. So I've gone to US, I've done shows there, I've had work there, I've taught kids music in US.
You went to the US and even brought us a wife.
Oh yeah, I actually met her here. Going with her, going there was also part of her help, like a lot of it, because I was going for her, like I was going there for work, but also I was going to meet my other half's family. So it was both work and
pleasure.
And not pleasure. That was that was work and personal, like work and personal work, because I was going to meet the family and stuff. So now my family sees me as somebody that meant what he said years ago.
That was serious.
I was serious about it.
Time.
Yeah, and I was waiting, like I wasn't wasting time. And even like the picture that's on now, this is most of these people are my family members, and they are the ones that came to one of my shows that we had. Some of the, I think this was last year, sometime last year, and it was great seeing there. It even touched my heart a lot because there's my sister there, my brother is there, my brother's siblings, there's my father's new wife's child there. There's a lot of people that were there, and I wasn't expecting them to show up at that much magnitude, but they did. And so yeah, it feels nice to have done it, and you know, I've gone through what I've gone. So yeah.
Amazing. I just wanted to ask you, from your healing and your intention, you're helping many people in different situations. How do you choose the stories to tell through your music?
So the stories are kind of different, and like for example, last year I have this thing that I do. It's a show. It's like a personal show, I can say. But I have people around, I have artists. It's called Stories to Heal. So the
Stories to hear.
Stories to hear, yeah.
Okay.
So it's a show where like I'm telling stories on stage, but the aim of it is to have the healing process at the end. So I'm talking about stuff that young people go through, like love stuff, how, for example, young people like, especially men, you know, ladies have this thing of asking money from us, and
yeah, we must be taking care.
they don't say give me money. They have a way of saying it, and they're like, so there's this thing and this thing, there's this thing, but I don't have money. This thing and this thing, but I don't have money. So I have a song about that too. So it's like different stuff. So it's that youth stuff. It's like other stuff that people are going through, like a lot of this, like death. People have, like especially men. Men don't talk about feelings, and feelings are important because I think I'm a sensitive person. Doesn't look like it to most people, but I'm a sensitive person. So that's why, like, when a lot of things happen to me, I end up writing songs. I even have songs about people that punched me in the face. I have songs about guys that were fighting for food in school.
And they punched you.
Yeah, that. I have songs
that was
about...
bullying, by the way, we're laughing, but it shouldn't be funny.
Yeah, it shouldn't be funny.
Because you were a child, you wanted food, and your friends were fighting with you.
Yeah, like...
That was bullying.
Like that, because it was bullying, yeah, but also I was fought to it, because I think sometimes I say some stuff that trigger people up. So, I don't know, maybe that. But I have songs like, it's all over the board, but basically what I'm trying to do is like, I know storytelling helps, and talking about stuff starts the process of healing.
It's the best way, yes. Yeah,
I'm not a healer, like I'm not a professional. I know I'm a musician, I know the power of music, and I know what music does to people. So I know when you talk about stuff that is happening to you, it's easier for somebody that is watching you to heal.
To relate.
Yeah, so that's what I'm trying to do with like most of my music, even with the bands that I'm working with. So
I see you passionately play this guitar, and I think we should talk about it. What role does it play in bringing these stories to life? Oh,
it plays a big role because having an equipment helps you have a starting point for a lot of songwriters, and for me it has been the guitar, because this was the first instrument that I learned, and my parents actually helped me learn this instrument. They paid for my first lessons for the first 2 months, and after that they were done. They stopped it. They were like, yeah, we're wasting money anyways. But
but at least you...
Yeah, but they helped. I picked it and then I continued. And I remember my teacher, the first teacher that taught me was very tough. He would press my hand against the guitar, you know, like push my head away, like,
maybe
why can't you press?
When you're teaching him, make sure he doesn't want this thing.
No, they didn't talk
to other things.
No, like the teacher, I met him through a gospel singer that happened to be a teacher in my secondary school. So I'd ask him, I need a teacher. Yeah. So I asked him, like, please, I want to learn. Because when I started learning this was after I finished my secondary schools.
Oh, okay.
And I was like, if I'm going to do music, I gotta have like concrete stuff that my parents can work with.
Yes.
And
to convince them.
Yeah, to convince them. So I was like, I'll do music. Yeah. Because at this time I already started singing in schools, school parades, assemblies. I was singing in front of there. I'd sang a song about a friend of ours who got a disease, a virus that made him not do the national exam. So all of us went to the exam, he didn't go. His name is Jackie Deweyi. Yeah, that was tough. So I wrote the song, and then I kept singing in the school parade. So mind you, all this stuff is happening in school. My parents don't know any of it. So until I come to start learning the guitar, I'd already started doing music. So yeah, the guitar has helped me a lot, and most of my stuff is guitar. Now, like I play some other instrument too, but this was like the basic one and the one that I play a lot. So yeah.
I was gonna ask you to share maybe a story that sparked one of the songs. Maybe can you play us like a chorus of one of those songs that is about you, a personal story? I know you spoke passionately about your mom.
Yeah.
Maybe if you do have that, you can just do like a 1 minute just for us to join in and feel and connect with your storytelling and understand what it is.
So I have this song that I wrote when I was in the US. It's in English, and it's in English because I was around a lot of English-speaking people, so my mind was shifted to the English side of my brain.
That's why he first went backwards.
Swahili went backwards. So this song is about my mother. It's called "Sucks to Think," and
sucks to think.
Yeah, it sucks to think.
Like it sucks to really think about.
Yeah, when you think about stuff, it's like, why am I even doing this? You know. So in this song, I was blaming my mom actually. I was like, why would you die? You know,
and you leave me.
You just leave us, and we were here chilling every day. I know you you are dealing with cancer, it was tough and all these things. But why would you
could
have?
have fought hard.
Yeah.
Pain, yeah.
She actually fought hard, and I saw some of this stuff.
You just wanted her to stay alive.
Yeah, like just be here, you know. It's one of those tough things. So this is what the song is. To my house, you taught me how to live, you taught me how to fight, you taught me how to win. You said in this fight, I'll always be around with you. Then now you wanna go away from my home. It sucks to think you're young and then you're old. What do you think you're gonna leave me doing? What do you wanna leave me doing?
The emotions through this guitar, and he made it speak, and I saw it was getting emotional, so I said, okay, let's just try to hold it out. It is well.
Yeah.
It is well. It is well. And
thank you.
know, we will be running pictures of his mom, and I mean, if you're just joining us, so you can share with him, and as he's telling his story through song. Have you seen a direct example during your healing story? What do you call it? Healing stories?
Stories to heal.
Stories to heal. During your sessions where you played the song and maybe it directly touched someone.
Oh yeah. There is. There's this one song. Actually, young people are very tricky. I'm also young, also.
Okay.
So we are tricky.
Your age mate.
Your age mates. At the Stories to Heal, I sang this song of like relationships, of how guys are expected to be like very good, like when you talk about like guys are supposed to have it all figured out.
Yeah, and you shouldn't express your emotions. You should not cry because you're a man.
Yeah, man.
I hate that thing.
And also, like I'm saying this from a guy's perspective. In the song, I was saying like, because the song is called Swala Mapenzi, I was asking like, what is love? Because I saw some guy that is loved, and then it was like confusing to him, because when that guy is supposed to talk about love, he's supposed to have it all figured out. So when a guy approaches a girl, what the girls expect is like, you have to come to me and tell me that you love me. But when you talk, you are saying like, this guy has a lot of, like, this guy is too demanding, he has a lot of this sexual needs. Yeah, like you see me as a sexual being, like why? And then when I'm quiet, you're saying this guy has a heavy mouth. So
he's not serious.
He's not serious.
He can't even speak up for himself. Yeah. I'm actually impressed. You are talking about, you're doing a full album that's encouraging men to express their emotions, and that is actually one thing that actually excited me about having you on the show, because it's not just Tanzania, in Uganda, and I think beyond East Africa and across Africa, and maybe it's a global problem. Men are encouraged to suppress their feelings and not express their emotions because they're supposed to have it all figured out. So is there a particular reason that motivated you to talk about this? We tried to create such a campaign called Abasajja Bogere with Masterpiece Uganda. We did get some stories, but like, you know, it's not easy for the men to open up and to even speak out. So what did encourage you to think, you know what, it's time to talk to the men? They're okay to open, because a whole album. And also, what kind of response have you had from these gentlemen as you perform some of these songs from maybe the album? Is it already out?
So the album is not like some of the songs in the album are out.
Some are not yet. Still working on this. All right.
Like the songs are done, but I'm releasing them on a constant schedule, so that later I can have a full album. Like every 2 months I release, like I have a release schedule. So every 2 months I release one song from the album. So basically the song is about my like a personal thing that happened to me. My dad got married last year.
Yeah, you're going to see his dad. We have pictures of your family, by the way.
He's a good guy.
Yeah, very, yeah. He looks so Ugandan. I almost thought your dad was Ugandan.
Yeah, actually my brother went to school here.
Uh-huh.
My brother went to school here.
I like that picture.
He's a
looks
cool guy.
like an elder here.
Yeah.
Chief.
He's an elder. And
like a chief.
Like, I don't know, he's not a chief, no, he's not. He's an elder in the clan.
Community, yes.
Yeah, in the clan. So my dad is...
That's him and your mom.
Yeah, that's him and my mom, my late mom. So my mom passed, like, now it's like getting to 3 years. She passed away, like, some few, like, when I was, like, when he got married, this was last year, in July 6. Yeah,
your
July
dad
6.
got married last year,
Yeah.
remarried.
Yeah, remarried to another wife. And how it happened, this was when I was traveling to the US. Few months before he told me about the marriage.
And you and your fiance.
Yeah, me and my fiance. Yeah, I was also my social media.
She works so much with you. She is your social media manager.
Yeah, she
and
is.
Beyond that, she's managing you really.
Yeah,
well.
she's managing.
She's mentioned this interview happens with everything with it.
Yeah, she also manages my looks. Sometimes I'm very stubborn, but she does manage.
She keeps you in check. And she did my makeup today, by the way. Yeah.
So yeah, in the song, like, I'm talking about how it felt having that happen to me, and it's not an easy thing to talk about, and even I've had backlash from my family members, like especially my dad, because it's like a personal thing that he did, but it impacted me a lot and my family, my siblings, and it wasn't easy. It wasn't easy.
After how long did he marry?
After 2 years.
So you guys felt like maybe he should
Because
have taken more time to heal himself.
No. It's fine. Like, even the wife is like...
This was your parents' wedding?
Yeah, this is my parents' wedding. This is years ago.
See how innocent these weddings were. What are we doing with our wedding selves these days?
This was in the village, actually. This was years before I was even thought to be brought in the world. I think this was 1980 something, 1960 something. I don't remember.
Not 60.
Not 60. 60 is too far.
Should be 80s.
It was old. I wasn't born. I think
80s.
1980s, yeah. Because my dad now is 65, and my mom, I think, was 10 years younger than him.
Okay.
So
my dad was 20 years older than my mom.
That's crazy.
I know.
Yeah.
But yeah,
So yeah, back to the story. In the albums, I'm talking about how it felt having that thing happen, and I'm only saying this because I love my dad, and the wife, I've been around her, and she's a good person, amazing. And she loves him very much. But in the moment, because I was the last one to know about the wedding stuff, and
it hurt you.
I think I knew it by maybe like few weeks before it happened, and I'd be talking to him from time to time.
Oh, they did a proper wedding.
Yeah, they did a proper wedding.
That's why it hurt you guys.
Yeah, and
maybe needed to tell you and maybe allow you to take the thought process.
He actually had told us, but you know the way he told us, he has sent me a picture of the lady. He was like, yeah, he said that, like, I'm thinking of getting into a relationship. I was like, okay, so it's fine.
Because he needs love. And after you've lost a partner, you've been with after so many years. Yeah. And you guys are now mature. You're the youngest?
Yeah, I'm the youngest. Exactly.
So, it's loneliness. Yeah. They usually advise that maybe when they find love, they can live longer. Otherwise, they usually struggle. It's true.
Like, I understand all that, and I'm happy you got somebody to be with. And the thing is, the only thing that it was, because I was dealing with it, this is what I keep saying, is like the healing process. Is like, I just got to know this woman, and it's new, and there's these mixed feelings of like, who is this lady? What happened? And I'm like, what happened to this lady?
Coming to the same
the same house. And also the thing, it's a lot of stuff. And me, I haven't been living like at home for some years now. Like even before my mom passed, I'd already moved out the house. I was doing like my music stuff already. So having this happen was the tough part. And the only reason that I made this album is because we don't talk about this stuff, and men don't talk about it, and that's why I made the album like that. So that's pretty much it.
Wow. Yeah. You were thinking about your dad and so many other men maybe who were not able to express themselves, because I'm sure you know that by the time he's having a wedding, he probably thought about it, thought, but he just couldn't bring himself to tell you guys in time, because probably he didn't know what to expect. and that's the beauty with having an artistic person in the family. They're able to speak for the others through song because maybe the others cannot express themselves, you know. It sucks to no, we did listen to you sing It Sucks to Think, which you did perform a bit for us, and I think our audience already got a little insight into the meaning and the emotions, the lyrical content, and how, you know, it actually for me sounded so raw, relatable, you know. And maybe I can ask you, from so far everything you're sharing with us, your storytelling, your music, your story, what do you hope the audience today takes away from, you know, as you're sharing your story?
Like whatever people do in life, it all comes back to one person, which is you. If you have a mirror, every day in the mirror, you're the person that's looking back at you is the person that is going to save you from whatever is happening, is going to help you become a better individual. All the things that we have. We all have dreams. We all have these things we are doing. I have a lot of times where even, like recently, it's still happening, like you are trying to do stuff, it's hard. You just sit down and be like, why is this stuff? Why is this? But one thing that I know and I believe is very important, we have to be able to deal with our own personal traumas, our own personal stuff that is happening to us. And that is like, I feel that like, that is the thing that we need to do to have our healing process, because it helps us become better individuals and it helps you understand the other person. Because there's like heavy stuff that is happening. People have like, last 2 days, this was yesterday. I wrote a song which will come in some time in the like as the year progresses. I had the stories of people that were sexually assaulted when they were young. And these were people in my country. Ladies assaulted by their relatives, by their uncles. And then when these ladies go to take to their parents, to their moms, to their dads don't believe them. But it's like the healing has to start from us, and it's going to help us become better individuals. So I feel like if something to take away is for you to look into your life, what is happening into your life, and try to heal the different parts of your life. You know what's happening in your life. So
wow, powerful. What do you hope? How can I say it? What do you hope the impact of your music will be on a broader scale? Like maybe, what's the vision for the role of music in healing and social change?
I hope my music and my art helps people be able to think for themselves. Because if you don't think for yourself, it's very easy to be controlled. All this stuff that is happening in the world, everywhere, in your country, in my country, in other places of the world, they're all happening because of control, of power dynamics and all these things. But if you are able to think of yourself, think about yourself, think what you like, what you need, because at the end of the day, it's you who knows you. I don't know you. I don't know how you are going through, but you know you. So I hope my music helps people to be able to think for themselves on every aspect of life, the religion that they are worshipping, the spirituality, the education system, how they eat, how they dress, how they walk. It has to be you deciding what you are doing. It doesn't, like, it shouldn't even be me telling you what to do. So that's what I hope people to be able to think for themselves. I hope my music does that.
Wow.
Yeah.
This is amazing. And let's take it back to yourself. Steven, how much time do we have? He'll let us know, because sometimes I get so emotionally drowned into the stories. And then I miss what I don't want to miss. What I wanted to ask is, who are some of those artists or storytellers that inspire you?
Oh, there's this one guy called Mike Love. He has these multiple pedals on there. And that guy he messes me up every day. I watch his stuff. Mike Love is from Hawaii in, I think in English it is Hawaii.
Maybe Akila will give us a picture so that we can see what Mike Love looks like.
Yeah, he's this guy, but his music is aiming at, he's a Rastafari. I'm not a Rastafari, by the way. But his music aims at empowering people and reminding people that the power is with you, the people, not with us. Like by us, I mean like the leaders, or because artists sometimes we're in front of people a lot.
Not sometimes, you influence society.
Yeah, so
with your music, with your words.
Yeah, so because we are in front of these platforms a lot, it's very easy for people to like put us on a pedestal and be like, that guy is the hero, those people are the best ones. But you are the ones who have the power. We just play this to channel what the universe is telling us to you, but at the end of the day, it's that. But it's this guy that inspires me. Also Ed Sheeran. Yeah, Ed Sheeran has inspired me to play guitar for some time, but my influences changes depending on time. But these are these are among the people that help me, like that have inspired me a lot. And also there's some people that are inspiring me. In Tanzania, there's this bassist. His name is Humphrey Muba. He's crazy. He does a lot of good things.
We'll get all those pictures to see all your inspirations, because why I'm asking, because somebody could be watching and they are your kind of musician or being inspired to do this kind of music you're doing, and maybe they'll check you out and check those guys.
Yeah.
So I will wait for Akila to share those pictures, and we will, so I'm actually trying to check my phone. We will share them with you, and you get to see. Can you share your most memorable moments on your storytelling process as an artist? Maybe on a live show, maybe after the show, you were able to connect with
one time
someone in the audience.
It has happened a bunch of times, and that's why I keep I'm still doing this. And it's crazy. Even this picture that is on stage right now, I had an event and people came and paid for the event. And it's not a very common thing for artists to have paid events back at home. People do, but some of the artists that are doing it, they are like, no, you can't, you have to have somebody. So this event I started it, this was like a self-prepared and managed event. People helped me, a lot of people, but the idea and the stuff, it was all of us. So I've had people walk up to me and tell me like, man, you sang that song. It really touched me. I hope your work doesn't stop from there. I thank you for the art you're doing. So getting these messages. I've also had people from different countries. I had somebody from India, and somebody from a place in Morogoro who ended up being my guitar student. Said he likes my art. So it's these people that say they are touched by my work are the ones that touch me. But one of the biggest one is one day we had a show and 10 people, it was like the room was it wasn't a very big room, but the people that showed there, I personally knew them. So having them come there to see my art really touched me a lot. So it's moments like that I really long for, and I'm thankful for happening in my life. So yeah, that's pretty
interesting. And you did say something about that thing on your head. It was a reminder of your mom.
Yeah. So in the photo there, what I'm wearing is this white thing. In Swahili, on my head. In Swahili, it's called sanda. But sanda is something that when the person dies, they are buried with it. Like the body, around the body, that's what they have. So in my culture, in the Haya culture, when a person dies, the family members, like the close relatives, like the rest of kids, like the husband, the kids, wear that around their neck, or they have them. So I want this on my head because it's easily visible. If I want my neck, it won't be visible.
I think I have an idea. Stuart bachita bacha nga kino suna bench yakola ne wesibanga mukolo naye okulaga nti ofiiridwa bachita bacha something ekikulu that thing, it happens in Uganda. After wesiba, I remember most recently it was Suna. I knew what it was, and most people were like, oh, why is he tying that? I'm like, he's just lost his mom. He's a DJ here. Yeah. So he had the performance, of course couldn't cancel the show. Then he just lost his mom, and you put that thing to show you justice. Is that the same thing? To show you mourning? So you put on your head. Yeah. But where is it supposed to be in the West as well? It's in the neck, like you wear it in the neck, yeah. So here they tie, and then they move bare feet. Yeah. And also, I was supposed to shave my head bald. Yes. And you refused? You're not serious. And you didn't shave your head. That was a hard one. It was very hard for me to show you that. Yeah, it was something that happened. So this photo that is showing now is one of the events. All these people that are in this photo, most of them I know them personally, like almost all of them. The one guy that is next to me is now my social media strategist. The tall guy wearing the hat, black, like next to me on the back there. And then on my right is my fiance. And then my sister is there, my brother, and all these people. So having these people show at my show that was happening, and I was playing guitar for a band here. Like it wasn't even my own show. I was playing for somebody, and it really inspired me. And this is the one that inspired me to start the Stories to Heal thing. Oh.
Yeah.
Tell me, what would you describe as... By the way, we finally have the pictures from his manager, / fiance, / lover, / best friend, / want, / travel partner, / everything. So anyhow, now we have the pictures of the people that do inspire him. We'll definitely get to see them, especially the one he saved my club. I didn't know him. I'll definitely look him up more. I did know Ed Sheeran among those. So you see the manager is not joking. She's really at work. How would you describe your sound?
My sound is a combination of different sounds, but basically it's a combination of African rhythm. Because this is something also I didn't say, but like I come from, because I went to art school, and in the art school it's in Bagamoyo, it's a Taasisi ya Sanaa na Tamaduni Bagamoyo, it's a Bagamoyo College of Arts. I learned a lot of things there, and one of the things that was new to me was dance. I learned doing like the traditional Tanzanian dances. And
so you can now dance?
Oh yeah, I do dance too. Like even the traveling, like the dancing was in there. I dance, I act, I paint, I sing, I play guitar, I have all these pedals, I do video.
Can you play me a happy sound danceable with your guitar? Give me something that's even if it's in Swahili.
I have this song.
Get to that guitar dance.
That's in Swahili. There's this song.
East African. We're being told to learn Swahili.
So this song that a lot of guys that drink beer, like, it's called "In Heaven There's No Beer." This song is from Germany. Yeah, that one.
That's a Ugandan song.
It's a Ugandan song?
You guys.
Actually, this song, there's a German version of it.
But that is mentioned Kruno and Megadi. I don't know what the original is. We might be defending the Ugandans, but Stuart, you can help me or the producer. We first heard it from Ugandan, Megadi and mentioned Kruno, and now they're like music legends. Yeah. But now they're telling me there's a German version. Yeah. Hell no, that's a Ugandan song. Yeah. But give it to us.
So anyways, this is one song that people like dancing. Wait. In heaven there is no beer, that's why we are drinking here. And when you are gone from here, and you are friends will be drinking your beer. In heaven there is no beer, that's why we are drinking here. And when you are gone from here, and your friends will be drinking your beer. This is Swahili. Mbinguni hakuna beer, ndio maana tunazibugia, na ukiondoka kwa dunia, rafiki zako tunakunywa zako bia. Mbinguni hakuna bia, ndio maana tunazibugia, na ukiondoka kwa dunia, rafiki zako tunakunywa zako bia.
Let me sing the version, Ugandan version you're going to play for me. First, no, let me sing the version, Ugandan version first time, then you play for me. In heaven's no beer, that's why we take it here. Cause when we go to heaven, we shall only praise the Lord.
Okay.
In heaven's no beer, that's why we take it here. When we to heaven, we shall only praise the Lord. Ukuluteya mwenge, tukude tukunywa kati, tuligendeyo, tutulisangayo mwenge. In heaven's no beer, that's why we take it here. Cause when we go to heaven, we shall only praise the Lord. Ukuluteya mwenge, tukude tukunywa kati, tuligendeyo, tutulisangayo mwenge. You gotta always take a bit, always have a bit. Beer is the thing that every man should take.
We have a song. That's nice. You said who? What those guys again?
Megadi and Menton Kruno. Megadi is now, I think, a cardiologist in the US. He became a doctor. And then Menton Kruno had become a lawyer. I don't know where he is now. But yeah, they I know.
Crazy.
They took beer, sang about it, and now they moved on to other things.
I'll look them up, yeah.
I know, but you should hear the Ugandan version. It's quite interesting. It's from Dame Days, but yeah, I think we did cheer up from our storytelling. But also, we did have sad moments and happy moments. So do we still have some time? I am just getting to... it feels like I'm just getting started.
16 minutes.
16th.
Mm.
Yay! Okay, so and Stuart did get the pictures of your inspirations, so he is gonna run those on this.
Yeah.
Oh, okay. Let me check. I think Akila has even just added me.
Manager on the
another
beach.
Picture. Manager on the beach. He's not
Yeah,
sleeping
this
on
guy.
the job. Ed Sheeran and Mike Love.
Yeah.
Yeah. So it's those. So that's Mike Love. You said the
Yeah.
Rastafari that does things.
Yeah. This guy. I don't know, man. His stuff is crazy. Like the stuff is. He talks about. He has a recent album that he released, but it's only on YouTube. I think it will be available on Spotify sometime in May or whatever. But it's an album called Leaders, and in that song is like where he's asking where are the leaders. If you leaders are out there, come out of hiding. We need your help right now because this world is sinking into darkness. So just the stuff he talks about, and also this guy Ed Sheeran. And one common thing that both of these guys have, they are both live loopers. This guy does live looping, Ed Sheeran does live looping. Live looping is where you play something, you record, he plays back, and then you add stuff on top, and you can sound like a full band, just being one man on stage. So both these guys do it.
The language is so musical. It is so. We are finished. Yeah, that's what happens when you meet professional musicians. But no worries, we'll pick up. Even us who are singing on the CD, these are the kinds of shows we should be watching so that we can learn. There's a number on the screen, and if you're watching maybe from Tanzania, you can drop me a WhatsApp message that I can read to your brother here who's representing your country so well. Yeah. If you're not in Uganda, you put a +256 and then you do 773 and then you skip the 0 on the screen. So you do +256 and then you go 773 35 6837. For you, don't do 0773, but then let us know if you're watching and if you do have a message for Evodius. Evodius, right?
Yeah.
Evodius. That's what he says. Naitwa Evodius. Like I am Evodius. I like that he was named after hip hop. And are there other Tanzanian artists who are working in the same space with you, healing space?
Yeah.
Maybe you want to give shouts out.
Oh, yeah. I actually I have like different bands that I work with. One of them is the Birds Band with Benson, B Square, Benson Butegeza. We have the bassist, Efata, on Instagram is called Root, Papa Root. Efata is a very good bassist, man. And even, I know I've told him sometime to him, is like, if I had shows and I could pay him all my money, I would have given to this guy. He's very good. So Efata, I also work with Mr. Hussein Masimbi. He's actually a teacher at the college that I went to. He used to be a teacher, now he works somewhere else. But he taught me, he has inspired me a lot. He brought me into one of his bands where some of his musicians were busy. I worked with him, so now I work with Hussein Masimbi. I have Sauti Male in the Mambo band. Sauti Male is a musician from Bagamoyo. I'm from Bagamoyo actually, that's where I stay. Bagamoyo,
I remember Bagamoyo here in East African history, when we're talking about the Arabs, when they came. The coming of Arabs to East Africa, and these are the towns that attracted the Arabs. Bagamoyo, is it on the coast?
Yeah, it's a coastal town.
It's a coastal
and town. The word Bagamoyo means bwaga, like comes from Bwagamoyo, where rest. Bwaga is to drop something, so Bwagamoyo means to rest your heart. But actually, it sounds nice, but the origins are not that very nice, because this is what the slaves were told. Like, now you are at this place, rest. After here, you are going to the land of no return. So now you are going to the boats, into Zanzibar, into all these places that you are going, and you are not coming back. So Bagamoyo sounds like a nice town now, but 100 years ago, 200 years ago, it wasn't. It was like
one of those.
It was like a tough place to be. So
because and you see the power of history. He's telling me about his town, and I am speaking like I've been there, but the closest I've been there is through my history books. Slave trade and the Arab masters and like we laugh at it, the story is sad, but I mean it's the story of the place. Yeah. And now it's a beautiful place. I believe
it's a beautiful place. It's chilled. Like the people there are chilled. There's a lot of artists that are there, painters, all these things, the art place. And it's like the beach is there, and it's beach like one thing that I know about Bagamoyo's beach is like it's free. Anybody can go to the beach and walk around and do whatever they are doing at any time of the day, which is different from like a place like Dar es Salaam, where some beaches, like the beach areas, are owned by hotels. So for you to get there, you have to pay for it. But Bagamoyo isn't. So come to Bagamoyo, The beach is there. You can go there anytime. You can play, have a beach fire, bonfire, all that stuff. So yeah.
So how does someone find you if they are looking for your music, or they're inspired by your music, or maybe they're looking to collaborate?
So my name is Evodius. So on YouTube, on Instagram, on TikTok. These are the 3 most platforms that I post I post about Facebook, Instagram, TikTok, and YouTube. Evodius. Yeah, Evodius.
You see how his name is written on the screen.
Yeah.
That is how exactly we write.
Yeah, like that.
And you don't write your Evodius with a capital E.
No,
you say you're no longer Catholic.
Yeah, like I'm no longer Catholic.
So what are you now?
So now,
are you practicing African religion?
So now, because the only issue that made me unsubscribe from that is how Jesus is perceived, having white deities, and personally, it's very hard for me to worship somebody that doesn't look like me, because in the Bible it says we were born in the image and like we are created in the image and likeness of God. So, and I've even asked some of these preachers, some of these catechists about this stuff, and one of them told me like, yeah, Jesus is black, but
they
he's
say
white.
Jesus is black.
Yeah, he's black, but in the church he's white. So I'm like, it's one of the things that you're confusing. And then this is also what happens when the white people come to our countries, and when we meet them, we treat them like gods, because they look closer to the version of God that we have shown. So this is the only thing, this is the biggest thing that made me, unsubscribe from it. But a lot of the stuff I've learned there, prayer, how to pray, fasting, all these things.
You practice.
Yeah, I practice that. I fast. I pray almost every single day. I read the Bible, and I believe God is there, because without God I wouldn't be here. I don't know if you would be there. I don't know, but I practice it. But I'm not Catholic, so yeah. And also this is also a side note. This is also something that has caused conflict between me and my family, and especially my dad. But we are understanding each other. Yeah, he's like his father was a catechist.
No, you are letting the clan down.
Oh, so it's a tough part. My mother also went to Rome when she was alive. She had been to Rome. She was part of the clergy.
Oh,
Yes.
you're not serious.
So I'm
you should
serious.
be now giving us the latest news on the Straight from Rome.
So I'm only saying this because it's that's the
How
situation.
did you survive and you didn't become an altar boy?
I was one.
Tell us.
I was one. I was there. I was next to the. One day, this was years ago. One day, this was young. I was in primary school this time, because I went to all Catholic schools. Primary school was Catholic. Secondary school was Catholic. After that, I went to art. Life changed. So,
Art brought some confusion.
Yeah, it changed. The priest asked me after the mass. It's like, so, what do you like? Where do you want to preach, or where do you want to pray? Because he asked all the other boys that are there. Everybody was like, yeah, me a priest, maybe in Tanzania, maybe in Moshi, in Morogoro. Then he looked at me, and you Rochungura, because my name is Rochungura, my father's name. So he's like, Rochungura, where do you want to be? And I was like, I think I'm good. I don't like being a father. This is a lot of work. So the father joked and was like, yeah, so maybe they have your wife prepared for you. I hope so. But this was a long time ago. But yeah, so
you believed it, and here there's a wife God has prepared for you, and finally you found.
Yeah.
So that's at least.
I got engaged last year.
At least the promises are real.
Yeah. So that happened.
You got engaged last year.
I got engaged last year.
You went on your knee.
Yeah.
And said, "Please, a killer." Do you have pictures of that day?
Yeah, the pictures are there of that day
See.
when I went to the day.
Killer. We want to see.
The social media manager is the one
Yes.
that is the one that the knee was went down for. So she's gonna show the pictures. But yeah, that was last year, and it's a tough
so
decision.
That was the day.
No, this was when we were going to the US. Like the photos, she's gonna send them to you, I think.
Okay, in a bit we will see that day.
So the engagement was new to me, because I've never been engaged before, and it was different because my girl comes from the US. And it's a different culture, a lot of cultural differences. I talked to her dad, I talked to her mom about all this stuff.
had your tie on for that day.
Oh.
Stuart.
Oh.
You don't know what's coming your way. Wait.
Actually, I made him to buy that tie.
You made him?
So what happened? What happened? The engagement happened at the Stories to Heal, the show, like one of the stories, because there's different shows that I've done, and this was the home concert. The end, like this, like it has stories. It was past, present, and the future. So in the future part was when I'm going to propose to her, but she didn't know. So she was preparing all these things, like, yeah, I should have different costumes you're wearing on stage, have a tie on, have a black one, have this, and then she was like, okay, wear this. And me, I hate ties. I don't know what I'm gonna wear in my wedding, but
you have to a bow tie, man. We'll give you a bow tie.
I hate suits.
In Bagamoyo. Put on a bow tie.
I think we'll figure it out. But she
Tangle one. Tangle.
Yeah. We can have something like that.
Yeah.
So she did that. She didn't know she was doing that for her engagement, but her parents knew. My father. This was the time. This was me showing off the ring. Like, yo guys, oh my god. But
we even have more pictures of the team. All these are people who didn't prepare her for the surprise.
Yeah, so the ones that I knew are like the parents and the stuff. So this is me on one knee. She didn't even know. She was like, oh my god.
See what I just sent you?
Oh,
and she cried. Did
yeah.
She pass
Oh
it?
yeah.
Oh,
yeah.
so what was the? Okay, let's wait for the picture to go on the screen. Then I'll ask.
Those last two.
So that we get to know what the significance of the lesu. That she was being covered. Oh, this was your dad present as well?
Yeah.
Oh.
He was
this
there.
Was a serious event.
Yeah,
we had the elders present.
This was actually at my home. Like, it's a home concert.
Oh, so it happens in your home.
Oh, so it happened at my home. So I called people because, like most people that were here, they have seen me perform here and there.
Very artistic. I love that.
Thank you very much.
Yeah, I'm seeing art. I'm thinking.
Yeah.
Okay.
That art was also some of my relatives that painted. This is family members. My sister, my sister's friend, and the other lady who's wearing a jeans is my cousin. Is that a cousin? The daughter of. Hey,
Yes.
I didn't know I'm this tall. I'm this tall.
You're the tallest in the picture.
Oh my god. Maybe it's the shoes. I don't know.
And you're the Mugole, you know, the
Yeah.
Urumia is Mugole.
Also, we call that in
Even you,
Bukoba.
it's Mugole.
But not me. That's
Yeah, all of you are Bagole.
Me.
Yeah, the
Aha.
first is Mugole.
She's got it.
But even him is Mugole because, I mean, he's a groom. But
Yeah.
yeah, so now you're officially Mugole.
Yeah.
They call him Mugole there.
Yeah, the lady.
Already? I like
She's
how she
called
said
him
already.
Yeah.
Yeah, so
So-
how do you say it? Here we say Mugole.
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 Yeah.
So Mugole is
Mugole
there.
is the one with the kanga. The one on the,
So who
on the
covered
left.
Mugole?
you see
Your
the lady
sister.
on the last?
Uh-huh.
That's my dad's new wife.
Oh,
And here on the
she's
beginning,
beautiful.
yeah, and here in the
Uh-huh.
beginning is my dad.
Uh-huh.
And here you see me smiling. He was
Do you know what I love
joking.
the most about it is you did it the real African way.
Oh yeah, I had
Your
to.
elders, your parents, because then even if you went and took all your best friends and the elders are not in it, then I mean, what are you doing?
No, they had
Now
to be
this
there.
is real marriage. Mugole, you're officially our wife.
Yeah. So what happened is my dad knew about Akila, like my girl, 3 months before she came to Tanzania.
Okay.
She knew about her, and I had to tell him that because at the time she was coming to Tanzania, I was traveling to Germany for work. So I was like, I'm not gonna leave her in Bagamoyo who's just there like chilling, and she's coming from the States. She's only 3 weeks.
She'll not
I was
manage
like,
that
no.
life,
And
yeah.
also at the same time, you think of it, our parents would be like, so why did you go there?
Yeah, you just
Yeah,
sitting there.
just
Why did you just come back? I like that you're thinking about her parents as well.
oh yeah, I had to. And then she went to stay with my parents when I was in Germany, and then she went to my village.
I noticed she's a daddy's girl.
Oh yeah, she's
Yeah.
the only girl in our
She
family.
is daddy's girl.
No, she's the only girl in our family, and
Oh.
yeah, so, and she has other siblings. So what I'm telling you, this is it's not easy because a lot of things there's a lot of things packed in there, but still at the same time it felt like the right moment to do it, and I love this lady so.
Congratulations. I'm so happy for you. I'm so happy we got to celebrate Akila on the storytelling show because
Yeah.
I have seen that she's really so much a part of your career.
Yeah.
She's, doing this with you. She's working round the clock with my producer
Yeah.
so that we have the right footage running on the screen for
Yeah.
you and we getting all these spellings right.
Yeah.
Yes, now that she's doing what a manager should be doing.
And also,
And I hope you guys keep doing this together.
yeah.
And when you finally get to wherever you want to get, you don't throw her out for a new manager. You know how.
No. I have this thing where you
Yeah.
don't break the bridges of where you came from.
No, the men burn bridges so fast. So we need to remind you that we saw you We saw you and we saw her efforts.
This is the thing I was talking about in my songs.
Yeah.
There's this thing that we have a perception that women think of ladies one way and ladies think of men one way.
Yeah.
So
So
it's
you
nice
see-
that you say that.
Yeah.
It made
And we
me
get each other.
like the point went through. Like everybody has their own way of thinking. So we should talk about this.
We should talk about this. We should talk about these things. But you better not break a killers. All the things we're going to be talking
I
about.
won't.
Yeah, so I mean, it's a beautiful couple. I'm so impressed and inspired by your work as well.
Thank you.
And I want to be, so is the audience. So if somebody's watching and they're inspired and they're feeling like they're called to use their talents to do the same, to be part of, bringing about social change and healing, and that's what they want to do. They want to be change makers like you. What kind of advice would you give them, especially if they're starting out? I mean, it's not an easy and obvious thing.
This goes back to the thing I was saying earlier. It all comes down to you. If you love doing, if what you love doing is engineering, do it. If what you love doing is whatever it is that you love doing. Because I also know there's some musicians that I've worked with. They're actually doctors, and they play crazy stuff on the music. They play a bunch of instruments. They read music sheet, like all this stuff. Like they have crazy talent, but they're still doctors, and they have patients, and they have hospitals, and they're working. They are pharmacists. All these things, which brings me to the point of like whatever you're doing, it all comes down to you. Make sure you like it. Make sure you're not doing to impress anybody else. You're impressing you, so that the next 5 years, 10 years, you look back and you'll be like, thank you for what you did. Like you were, like the future
You're
you thanks you. Yeah.
And I want to thank me. I think that's Khalid. I want to thank me for being here. Thank me. And there's also I want to thank me
Jackie.
for living like this. You know what? Do you have a final word for your audience? Something that maybe I didn't even ask about. But just one word.
So actually, I just hit a milestone in one of my Instagram pages. It's not a lot of, I got 1,000 followers on my Instagram pages. So
milestone.
Yeah. And as small as it may seem for somebody, it's a big thing to somebody else.
Because they're organic.
Yeah, they're organic followers.
They love you for you.
Yeah, and also the thing is, this happens very, very much. We compare ourselves to people that are 10 steps out. Yeah, 1 million, and you have 200 people, and you don't think about them. The people that come to my shows, I thank them a lot because every ticket that they buy helps me make my dreams come true, and I also help them figure out their healing journey. So I thank you guys who have been following my content. Asanteni sana ambao mnanifollow. I have to say this in Swahili because most of them are Swahili. Asanteni sana ambao mnanifollow, mmenisaidia, Mungu awabariki. But I just said thank you very much. May God bless you. And I thank you. There's more work coming. Thank you for supporting me. There's more shows coming. There's more work coming. I'm here in Uganda now. It's all because of you and your help that you've given me for all the years that I've been doing this. And thank you very much. Kela sebo, kela nyabo. Yeah, this is Uganda. I hope I said it right.
Webali nyo sebo, webali nyo nyabo.
Webali?
Webali nyo sebo.
Webali nyo sebo.
Webali nyo nyabo.
What does that?
Thank you, sir. Thank you, madam.
Webali nyo nyebo, webali nyo. Oh my God.
Webali sebo, webali nyabo.
Webali sebo, webali nyabo.
Exactly.
Thank you very much.
Perfect, and that is how he wrapped it up. And I believe that this show, and you wrap it up with a jita, by the way, as I am speaking and saying bye. I want to believe that you have totally been, touched. And like he said, 1,100, you have 10 likes in change making work. And change making, if you feel called to do social change, you're better having 5 people that understand what you're doing. That means there is impact than forwarding 1 million people who do not feel the impact of what it is you're trying to do. You understand? So baby steps, let's be grateful for them. Let's keep doing the work at the grassroots and let's keep being part of the change. I love these kinds of shows, and that's what the Deweyi Drive is all about. Change making and driving social change. And this show was really, really inspirational. Thank you, Akila, backstage. Thank you, Stuart Clap Records, my producer. Thank you so much, my creative producer, Ino Usuluga in absentia. And of course, if there's anything you take today, is you do you.